Hello everyone. This is your girl Sugary Girl Kenny 2012. Apologize for the lack of videos. It's just when I actually want to make videos, because of me being so freaking busy and me running all over the damn place. By the time I get ready to want to, make a video or start editing or something, I get all lazy and I'll be too exhausted and tired to do so. So I'll just be like, and I just keep on holding it off from days and days and days. And I'm like, I'm a mess. Like, I literally still have a video that I was supposed to upload like last week or the week before that's still on my damn hard drive and I haven't did it yet. And I'm just like, I'm ridiculous. So anyway, let's get on to this story before I start really rambling. Okay, so you read the title. You know what this is about. You guys know the deal. I'm going to read it out a little bit and I'm going to let you guys in on my thoughts because I have a lot of thoughts about this this story in particular right now. So let's get it popping. Xbox Live will be coming to PC gamers in the near future, and best of all, it will be offered to them free of charge. Naturally, Xbox One and 360 owners are livid, and rightly so. They're upset. So last week, Wednesday, at the Game Developers Conference, Microsoft's head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, spoke about the company's effort to unify the Xbox and Windows 10 environments. Nothing new there. Spencer demonstrated some of how that would work when Microsoft held their big Windows 10 reveal a few weeks ago. It's like, they just totally skipped over 9 and just jumped right to 10. Maybe they thought 9 was going to be like the Windows Vista of everything or something. I don't know. On the face of it, it looks like the connection could be pretty sweet. As part of this connection, Microsoft intends to integrate Xbox Live into the PC framework, though it has to be said that Spencer was at pains to point out that it won't be games for Windows Live 2.0. The fact that the system is no longer around is proof enough of how terrible it is. Anyway, a natural question that arose as a result of this movement was whether or not PC gamers would have to pay to take full advantage of Xbox Live. A question that PC World writer Hayden Dingman gave voice to on his Twitter. Major Nelson himself decided to answer the question, offering an empathetic no. Damn. Xbox Live will be free for PC gamers and it would not be required for online multiplayer gaming, which is the main reason console gamers have it in the first place. I'm sorry, okay. So this is the tweet. Xbox Live coming to Windows 10 sounds so gross. Do I need to pay for it? What is this? He said not charging. Live Gold will not be required for online multiplayer gaming users using our service on Windows 10, PCs, and phones. That's kind of messed up, man. It really is. That's the great news if you're a PC player, and it's the obvious smart play for Microsoft to make. The PC has always been an open platform, and forcing PC gamers to pay for the service would be stupid, since it would require developers to opt into it, and no developer would do it. It would be commercial suicide for them to suddenly require their consumer to start paying for online multiplayer. There's just no benefit for them to make their game live compliant. Wow. Also, you can bet that PC gamers would just riot. No shit. Let's just say gamers in general when shit pisses them off enough to the point where they're like, okay, enough. Now, you can guess how console gamers took this statement. You don't really need an explanation for why that is. Console gamers will be expected to pay for a service that is being offered to PC gamers for free. It's obviously unfair. Nothing more needs to be said, and there is no explanation to justify it that will satisfy anybody. You're right on that. Anything they have to say probably isn't going to make anybody any more happier right now. What Xbox Live coming to Windows 10 proves is that without a doubt the service never needed a subscription to begin with. If Microsoft is able to offer it to PC gamers at no charge, then it means they can offer it to anybody with charge. So that means basically anybody that's been paying for Xbox Live and claiming Live to be the be all to, online, blah, 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 apparently is not. Because apparently you didn't really need to be paying for it. That the subscription pays for server upkeep is now proven false. Because I can promise you there are at least as many PC gamers as there are Xbox Ones, and if you can maintain enough service to keep them satisfied, you can do the same for consoles. It's simply an additional revenue stream, and if it's just a revenue stream, perhaps it's one Microsoft is prepared to sacrifice for something else. Okay, I have so many thoughts right now. So this could perhaps be a sign that Microsoft are planning on pulling the plug on a subscription. Could they be thinking of eliminating the Xbox Live Gold tier, or at the very least removing its requirement to be able to play online? Because if they are, then they're making a very shrewd move. Freeing multiplayer gaming from Live Gold would give the Xbox One a great edge over the PlayStation 4 and would be an ironic reversal of roles, since PlayStation Plus is a requirement now for multiplayer gaming on that consoles, just not to do everything else. I'm hoping that that is the case. I'm hoping that Microsoft will be smart enough to make a tactical move that could just convince a potential console buyer to choose an Xbox One rather than a PlayStation 4, because in the long run it's more valuable to Microsoft to sell more consoles than it is to have a small pool of Xbox Live Gold subscribers. And Xbox Live Gold needn't disappear. The Games with Gold initiative has become very enticing as of late, and some of the discount deals on offer also make it a compelling offer. And I'm sure that Microsoft can come with other value added bits to I'm just a mess today. Value added bits to add to. But one thing is certain, offering a product for free to one group and at a cost to another is not going to stand. And I don't think Microsoft are going to be able to survive the PR nightmare that comes with it. Okay. Okay, so let's start. First of all, as a person that, who hasn't got an Xbox One and who will be looking to get one, and I'm just now reading this, which I am now, this is obviously going to be a huge turn off for me. And obviously it's going to make me be like, why the hell do I need an Xbox One now if, the PC is going to be able to do all this stuff, and plus you're going to be able to get online for free. On top of which, it is now said that Xbox Live wasn't a necessity. It was something that wasn't needed. So basically all those people that triumphed over Live being better than PSN and blah blah blah, and PSN for the PlayStation 3 was free. So basically that was all bullshit. So, the subscription basically for Live basically the subscription for Live was basically useless and wasn't really something that was needed to keep the servers going and blah blah blah. It was just basically as a way to make some extra money on the side. So basically Microsoft played a lot of people last generation with the Xbox 360 and the whole, needing a live subscription to play certain games, whereas the PSN was free and you can do anything on the PSN on PlayStation 3. And they said, will Microsoft pull out out of the whole, Xbox Live thing? With all of this happening as it is, it just makes me feel like they're going to pull out of consoles, period. So, I don't know, man. I just can't see myself dropping like $350 on this console to only be told, well, you still have to pay, while PC gamers in the near future are going to be they don't have to pay anything. They're just going to get everything free. That you guys that have been Xbox owners for a long time, since the Xbox One, then to the 360 and blah, 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 have been basically paying for nothing. Basically paying to fill their pockets, basically. And it's not, it wasn't for, to keep the servers all good and dandy and blah, blah, blah. Because if it was, you wouldn't have seen as many hacks as you would have. But, besides that, if it was needed, then, it's like, damn, bruh. This is some fucked up ass shit, man. Like, real talk. I don't know, man. Like, yeah. So basically I'm just like right now feeling for all my Xbox people, anybody that got an Xbox, and now y'all know why I took the PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation Plus, you gotta pay, now to get online, for the PlayStation Plus service and blah blah blah. But thing with Sony, and why I feel, this is my personal opinion, and why I feel it'd be worth to play, why it'd be worth for what they're offering is just due to the reason why, the games. Sony just brings the freaking games. Like, people can do all this, they can trash talk Sony, they can, down them all they freaking want about them being in financial crisis and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the fucking day, Sony are the ones that has the variety of games, the games that I want to play. So, I'm not going to sit up there and chew them out, for, oh my gosh, I got to pay now, blah, blah, blah. But see, what they're providing me is things I want. And again, like I said before, variety. I like variety in my games. I'm going to, being with Sony, I'm always going to see that. This is why, like literally the last Xbox I played was like, Xbox One. I played a little bit of the Xbox 360 when my nephew had it. And after that, it was just PlayStation. Like, and it's funny though, because I wasn't a huge PlayStation fan. I used to be all Nintendo, and then like me and my twin bro, when we were younger, were like, you know, screw Sony and I hate the PlayStation and blah blah blah. It was all Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, and GameCube and blah blah blah, until we got our first PlayStation 2 for Christmas. Then it was done. It was game, set, and match. Like, I played the PlayStation 1 a few times, you know, again, like, it seemed like the systems that we didn't have, like other people had, like my nephews and blah blah blah. So he had the PlayStation 1, he had the Xbox 360 and blah blah blah. We did have an Xbox One, but it was like later down the road. So yeah, after we got our first PlayStation 2, it was just game, you know, that's all, you know, it was just PlayStation rules. But nah, it was just like, you know, PlayStation, you know, all the way through and blah blah blah. So you're right. You know, this is gonna be one hell of a PR nightmare. Like, how do you explain to your consumers that they've been gypped out of their money for the past 10 years, and, you know, for a service that wasn't necessarily needed, and basically it was just money to fill their pockets with? How do you go and tell your consumers like that? Like, Microsoft are already in bad water, and they just keep, like, they're already in warm water, and they just keep on making it colder and colder and colder to the point where it's just uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. This is what I mean by them being confused and them not knowing exactly what the hell they want to do with this console. And I'm not saying like with the whole Windows thing, but with the whole Xbox One thing, from the time it was announced till, you know, the months where the price started dropping and rising, dropping and blah blah blah, it's like Microsoft are the most confused company I've ever freaking seen. And then on top of which, they try to play the whole follow game, so everything that Sony was doing, they were doing as well. And I'm like, ugh. Jeez. And I'm talking about, like, you know, announcement wise, bundle wise, and all the other shit that came down the line that was being announced. And because Sony was doing it, Microsoft were doing it, then every time Microsoft did it, everybody would, you know, would look at Sony like they would have to jump. Like when Microsoft did a price drop, everybody would look at Sony and be like, so Sony, what about you? Thinking Sony are supposed to be the ones to, you know, do a price drop too, but they're sitting at fucking 20 million consoles. What the hell do they need a price drop? Obviously, again, you know, price wasn't like a factor to people, because even with the console being at $350, it still couldn't really outdo the PlayStation that much more. I mean, it did do good in like what, December, January, or was it December and November? One of those, you know, 2 months. Even then, you know, still couldn't quite outdo it, because the PlayStation still rose up and the PlayStation still kicked ass. So obviously Microsoft aren't doing something that are appealing to too many people, because a lot of freaking people are jumping over to the PlayStation, and a lot of people are buying PlayStation. Basically, I guess because they understand, you know, what the hell is going on, and, you know, they're starting to, you know, believe like, oh shit, you know, Microsoft don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know if I want to stick with a company, you know, that's as confused as they are. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty sick and ridiculous. I mean, I just want to ask the Xbox owners, Xbox 360 or Xbox One owners, as one of those owners, how do you personally feel about, like, not actually having to pay for that service? Matter of fact, I'm gonna apply this more to 360 users. How do you feel knowing that, you know, having to pay for your service wasn't needed to actually upkeep the service, and was just, you know, so they could put money in their pocket? How does that make you feel if you've been paying for Live for the past 10 years? And now I guess many people can't beat up on the fact that the PlayStation 3, you know, having online was free. You can't really beat up on them now, because at least, you know, back then, I guess Sony was acknowledging that, you know, we shouldn't charge for this, because maybe, you know, the money isn't really being used to keep up the service and blah blah blah. And yeah, so I mean, how do you guys personally feel about that? Like, for me, as a person that was actually being interested in buying an Xbox One in the future because of the whole, you know, what's the name of that damn game? Sunset Overdrive. And a few other games that caught my interest, I just don't know. And especially with a lot of the freaking Xbox games moving over to the freaking PC and all that other stuff, and I may get a strong PC in the future, and I may want to, you know, say, why do I need an Xbox One if I just got my PC right here? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I just really, in my opinion, I just don't really see a point in the need to actually pick up an Xbox One anymore now, because I mean, just look at this shit. Like, it's ridiculous, man. I'm really feeling for my Xbox people right now. Like, I'm really feeling for them. So how do you guys feel about this as an Xbox owner, as a regular person, as a person that's interested in, you know, picking up an Xbox? How does this personally make you feel? Does it make you feel upset, angry, sad, or pissed off at the fact that you know, you know, pay for this service for as long as you did, and to come to find out PC users are going to get it free, and to come to find out that, you know, you having to pay wasn't exactly needed to keep the service in upkeep, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, leave it down below, let me know what y'all think, and I'll be sure to get back to y'all as quickly as I can. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking, commenting if you did, and yeah, deuces.